afternoon, everyone. You have all been invited here today to witness and celebrate the uniting in marriage of Deanna Marie Jeanette and Philip Wayne Parsons, a celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, and of family. Although this is their day, it is also a tribute to all of you. All of your influences, interactions, relationships, and support for our bride and groom has had a part in the individuals they have become and to who they have become as a couple. You all hold a special place in their hearts reserved for those that they have chosen to call family and friends, and they are deeply grateful for each and every one of you here today. Deanna and Wayne thank you for your presence, and they ask for your blessing, encouragement, and lifelong support. The essence of this commitment is the taking of another person in his or her entirety as lover, companion, and friend. It is therefore a decision not to be entered into lightly, but rather with the greatest consideration and respect for both the other person and for oneself. We have been invited here to share in this celebration as they affirm their love before us and enter into the joys and privileges of marriage. Marriage symbolizes the intimate sharing, of two lives, yet this sharing must not diminish but enhance the individuality of each partner. A happy marriage is one which is continually developing while you grow in understanding of the other. Thank you. By growing together in love, it is possible to share not only the joys in life, but to ease the burdens of sorrow as well. May you always be each other's companion and friend. May you always be a shoulder for the other to lean on. Let there be love and happiness. Let there be new roads to walk and new sunrises to share. Let there be excitement and adventure. Cherish your vows. Cherish your marriage. Respect one another always. And most of all, take time to have fun and to celebrate your lives together. We have thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as one so critical, we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with others.
When you looked in each other's eyes, you both learned the most important part of the language that all the world spoke, the language that everyone on earth is capable of understanding in their heart. It was love. Something older than humanity when you knew this language, and when two such people encounter each other, the past and the future become unimportant. There is only that moment and that incredible certainty that everything under the sun has been written by one hand only, the hand that invokes love. To love is to share life together and work side by side and then smile with pride. To love is to help and encourage with smiles and words of praise. To take time to share, to listen and care in tender, affectionate ways. To love is to have someone special and whom you can always depend. To be there through the years, sharing laughter and tears. To love is to make special moments and memories you love to recall. All of the good things that married life brings. Love is the greatest of all.
We have all loved in our lifetimes, and in this moment, we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of our humanity. All of us here today have love stories. There are chapters in all of our stories that are sad or disappointing, and others that are exciting and full of adventure. We may look back and smile at all those moments that brought us here, as well as look ahead to all the moments that are still to come. Deanna and Wayne, we are here to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, and to remind you that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing your story. It's not one moment, it's every moment. Falling asleep next to one another, making dinner together, raising children together, growing garlic together, spending holidays with your families, or getting a big hug when you come home from work. These everyday moments fuse together into one big experience. Love is a force more formidable than any other. It cannot be seen or measured or described in words, yet it is powerful enough to transform you in a moment and offer you more joy than any material possession ever could. Love is meant to be felt. Although this love joins you together as one, remember the gift of your individuality. Cherish and affirm your differences as you love each other. Be supportive of your strengths and tender towards your weaknesses. Laugh together, cry together, be comforted by each other's presence, and secure in each other's absence.
When the one whose hand you are holding is the one who holds your heart, when the one whose eyes you gaze into give you your hopes and dreams their start, when the one you think of first and last is the one who holds you tight, and the things you plan together make the whole world seem just right, when the one whom you believe in puts their faith and trust in you, you've found the one and only you'll share your whole life through.
Deanna and Wayne wanted everyone to take home some words of wisdom from today's ceremony. Life is busy. We are all guilty of putting irrelevant things ahead of relevant things and rushing through life. We all have the ability to accomplish anything if we use our time wisely. I want you to recognize that this tall jar represents your life. The red balls in this basket represent the important things: family, friends, health, and passions. The marbles in the smaller jar are the other important things, like your car, your job, your home. The sand in the small jar is everything else. It's all that small stuff. So now, if I can take this with me. Slide this over a little bit. I can go ahead? Okay, thank you. This is good. So, if you were to put the sand and the sand alone in the jar first, there would be no room for all the important stuff. And the same is true in life. If you spend all your energy and time on the small stuff, you won't have time for all the important things in life that matter to you. You need to pay attention to the things that are critical to your happiness. Take care of the red balls first. So, set your priorities. Take a moment to look around today, to look at those who surround you, friends, loved ones, and family members. Cherish those who are with us, be reminded of those who can't be with us, and treasure those memories forever etched in our hearts.
known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point you decided to marry. You have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car, over a meal, in the greenhouse, or cleaning the chicken coop. All those conversations that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe. And all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we've promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. You have grown and learned much from each other. Shortly, you will say your wedding vows, and that will take you across a threshold of life. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
Today, I'm honored to tell you that I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Not everyone is fortunate enough to find a soulmate. Considering how we met and the circumstances that brought us together, I can't help but feel that everything happens for a reason. Our challenges in life have served to make us stronger. Although our lives will not be without challenges, we are stronger together. I can't imagine my world without you and the kids. From the first time we spoke, there was a spark, something special, a bonded energy that connected us. You stepped into my life when I needed you most to guide me through one of the most difficult times of my life. You watched over the kids and I and kept us safe and strong. I admire how your life experiences have helped you gain a greater appreciation of who I am and where I come from. As you get older and experience life, the gains and the losses, you grow a fonder appreciation of what truly matters. You are honest and work hard for your family. Your values and desires for your future coincide with mine, and I can't wait to start this new chapter of our lives together. We are alike and different in many ways, such that we complement one another. Loving what I know of you, trusting what I do not yet know, I will respect you as an individual, partner, and an equal. I promise to laugh with you when times are good and endure with you when they are tough. I will always adore, honor, and encourage you.
Tough act to follow. She nailed it.
Deanna, my vows to you are not only verbal promises. They are unspoken motions that will make sad times smile, tough times prosper. Unsure times confident. Challenges will be conquered, and unhealthy times will heal. They will allow our happy times to last, new roads to be traveled, memories to grow, new recipes to master and share. But most importantly, pass this on to our family. I would firstly like to solely thank you again for the individual me in Parsons and turning that into Parsons family. Your determination to succeed is addictive. Your respect is to be honored. Your dedication to family is cherished. And your commitment to marriage is exciting and gladly accepted.
Deanna, I'm going to get you to repeat after me, okay? I'm going to just take this out. I call upon all present.
I call upon all present.
To witness that I, Deanna Marie Jeanette.
To witness that I, Deanna Marie Jeanette.
Take you, Philip Wayne Parsons.
Take you, Philip Wayne Parsons.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
I'm going to get you to repeat after me as well. I call upon all present.
I call upon all present.
To witness that I, Philip Wayne Parsons.
To witness that I, Philip Wayne Parsons.
Take you, Deanna Marie Jeanette.
Take you, Deanna Marie Jeanette.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
To be my lawful wedded wife. Megan, Zach, Brooke, and Brett. Mom and I love you all very much. We promise to honor and protect all of you. To provide for you to the best of our ability. It is our job as parents to teach you independence so that someday you can be a confident, strong individual. You may not always love our decisions, but let me reassure you, our decisions always have your best interest in mind. Some decisions you may not understand nor appreciate until you have kids of your own.
Our job as parents isn't to get it right every single time. Our job is to be there, trying, getting it, maybe failing, and yet totally willing to try again. Our job is to hold you accountable for your choices that you make at a young age so that as you become an adult, you have accountability for your own choices. We promise to make your home safe and secure where trust, love, and laughter is abundant. It is our gift from all four of you to promise us that you will support each other as brothers and sisters and never let anything stand in the way of that special bond shared between all four of you. That you support each other when times are rough and in happy times celebrating together. Life will throw curveballs at you at times, but you are all stronger than those curveballs. No matter how big you get or where life takes you, we will be there for you.
We will now have the children join Deanna and Wayne in a symbolic sand ceremony. Deanna and Wayne, you will each pour a layer of sand into the unity jar, representing who you are as individuals. But you are also making a bond with your children, as they also contribute their unique personalities and strengths to this family. They will also individually add a layer of sand to the unity jar.
My nails, I can't do it.
Don't break a nail.
I'm not used to having these claws on. The giving and receiving of rings is the most important part of a marriage ceremony.
The ring is an ancient symbol, so perfect and simple. It has no beginning and has no end. May these rings be a symbol of your eternal love for one another. And as you wear them, may they be a constant reminder to you of one another and of the deep bond of faith, trust, and love which they represent, symbolizing your commitment in marriage. They remind you of who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. As you wear them through time, they will reflect not only who you are as individuals, but also who you are as a couple. These rings mark a new beginning in your journey together, filled with wonder, surprise, laughter, tears, celebration, grief, and joy. And Wayne, while you slide the ring on Deanna's finger, please repeat after me. As a token of the solemn vows of this marriage,
As a token of the solemn vows of this marriage,
I, Philip Wayne Parsons, give you this ring.
I, Philip Wayne Parsons, give you this ring.
And while you slide this ring on Wayne's finger, I'll get you to repeat after me. As a token of the solemn vows of this marriage,
As a token of the solemn vows of this marriage,
I, Deanna Marie Jeanette,
I, Deanna Marie Jeanette,
give you this ring.
give you this ring.
So, a Nova Scotian wedding would not be complete without a tying of a fisherman's knot. One of those. So Deanna and Wayne have just sealed their relationship with the giving and receiving of rings. Today, their relationship is further symbolized by the tying of a fisherman's knot, a true lover's knot. The knot they are tying is a fisherman's knot and becomes ever stronger under pressure. The symbolism is that marriage represented by the knot isn't restricting the couple, but rather strengthening them. This is the strongest knot that there is. Its bond will not break. These two cords represent each of you as individuals as the unique and special gifts that you bring to your marriage. As you fasten your pieces together, this represents you joining your two lives into one common purpose. The completed knot represents your future, that your relationship will continue to be strong despite the inevitable changes life brings. Although the fisherman's knot is the simplest to tie, it is also one of the sturdiest. As pressure is applied, the knot will become stronger. It's the goal of marriage to achieve a blending of hearts and lives. But like the spaces between the cords formed by the knot, let there be spaces in your lives to encourage and nurture individual growth. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Marriage Act, I pronounce you Philip Wayne Parsons and Deanna Marie Jeanette to be husband and wife. You may kiss your beautiful bride. May I present to everyone for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Wayne and Deanna Parsons.
Although Deanna and I knew each other, we really started hanging out in grade 9. We quickly became best friends. There are so many stories I could tell, but I promised I'd keep tonight PG. I know there's a lot of things to say about the 90s, but what happens in the 90s actually stays in the 90s, like our hair, our clothes, and unless alcohol's added, I'm not telling any other stories. Over the years, I can't even count how many nights we sat up all night chatting about our latest crushes, our futures, and even our wedding day. Thinking back, some of my fondest memories with Dee were when we would practice new dance routines, as she talked about, for the latest hit song, or plan a crazy photo shoot based on our latest wardrobe. I still remember helping you study for your exams, which, by the way, weren't even classes I was taking. As well as sitting at your kitchen table while your grandmother, or mama as we called her, would make your favorite meal, which was chicken fingers and fries. I also recall quickly becoming your lucky charm, because as long as I was going to any event, or I was going with you, Mama always said yes. Take it up there. She was one amazing lady, and I'm sure she's watching over you today with a big smile. Well, Wayne, I didn't get to meet you until a few years after you and Deanna met, but I still remember the first time we met and we all got together in the deck. We spent the day walking around the wharf with the kids, going for ice cream before heading to your mom's, where we all spent the afternoon getting to know one another, getting soaked in the rain, and of course cleaning the mud off the kids after they decided to go swimming in the mud puddles. If you know Wayne, you already know he's a pretty great guy, and I could see that from the first few moments of meeting him. The way he treated Deanna and the kids. Hello? Okay. The way he treated Deanna and the kids, I knew he was a keeper. And it didn't hurt that Deanna kept saying, he's so awesome. Yeah. And I'm so happy. Deanna, I am so happy for you that you found the man worthy of your love and devotion. And if I have to lose my best friend title to anyone, I'm glad it's Wayne. Please join me in congratulating Mr. and Mrs. Parsons on their very special day. Cheers.
I just want to congratulate Wayne and Dee, and what else can I say? I'm glad Wayne has finally found the love of his life, and he has a beautiful family, and I'd like to do a toast to Wayne and Dee. Cheers. Cheers.
share many memories together, and the ones that she chose were all in my speech. So, Deanna's my cousin, but as she said, we're really more like sisters. And I'm going to be the first one to cry tonight. Don't do it to me. So obviously she spent a lot of time growing up in Cape Breton, but anytime she came back to Halifax, we would always pick back up right where we left off. Like she said, endless afternoons at the Commons. She'd teach me figure skating skills, and I teach her gymnastic skills later on. Just some really great time. Slumber parties, giggling our heads off till we fall asleep at night. She did choose to finish high school in Cape Breton with her friends there, but obviously she came back to Halifax to go to university. I think we all know that she became a young mom to, I don't know where Megan is, my lovely goddaughter. So she sort of had to put her studies on hold a bit, but anyone, I think everyone in here that knows Deanna knows how driven and motivated she is, and that she doesn't leave things undone. And she doesn't do things small. So, despite facing some obstacles and challenges in her life, she managed to complete a 2-year dental assisting program, and she went back and completed her university degree. Determination. That's the word for Deanna. There came a time when both Megan and Zachary had got a little bit older, and Deanna was thinking a little bit more about herself, and she wanted to get it back out there. And I was really excited for her. And the phone rang one day, and I picked it up, and she was giggling like a schoolgirl. I was like, what's going on? Fill me in. And she said she'd been on this date with this guy. She was really excited about it. They had a lot of common interests. We wanted a family. I believe her exact phrase was, he's pretty easy on the eyes. And then she kind of paused and said, actually, I think maybe it's too good to be true. I don't know. But here we are today. So dreams come true, right? Wayne, what can I say? I feel like there's a time, like I can't remember you not being around. You have fit into our family amazingly. You have similar musical talents. You walked into an instant family. I know. And I know that was important to me. You're a natural dad. You really are. Fast forward another few years and 2 babies later. Wayne continues to be engaged and involved with all 4 of his kids, and I truly believe they're helpful. I'll wrap it up just by saying that you guys are doing it right. I just can't imagine your life. I have a cat. These guys always have at least a dozen balls in the air, and you are 2 of the best jugglers I've ever met. Your life is so crazy and chaotic, but your home is so filled with love and laughter, always. You continue to raise 4 really smart, beautiful, respectful young people who I have no doubt will succeed in life and love, because look at the example they have to follow. I'm happy you guys found each other. I love you. And I wish you nothing but happiness. Cheers.
don't have too much to say, but I can remember initially meeting Deanna for the first time. I actually knew her before I met her because of the way my son talked about her. I knew there was something there. And the first meeting with Deanna was very refreshing, very nice. I mean, you know, I fell in love with her myself. She was, you know, a real person and had a ton of energy. But now on the second, I was still living in Ontario, and on the second meeting with Deanna, Wayne picked me up at the airport, and I said, what's up today, bud? He says, we got to do some painting. I got to paint some baseboard for Deanna. I said, all right, I'm game for that. So Wayne and I walk in the house, and we look in the living room, and there's a pile of baseboard in the living room. And Wayne said, Dee, what happened? And she said, I took the baseboard off so you could paint it. And I had to cut some of it because it wouldn't fit in the room. So every piece of baseboard in the house was in the living room. So we had to sort it out. So. And then another, well, it's not fair to tell a funny story about one and not the other. So anyways, I remember being at Wayne and Deanna's house, and Brett was there, and Brett was being, you know, a little feisty, and Wayne said, listen, mister, hold on a minute. And he starts lecturing him, and, you know, advising him and telling him stuff. And I just sat there quietly, and when it was all done, I looked at Wayne, I said, pretty scary, eh, Wayne? Wayne said, what? I said, my words coming out of your mouth. On a more serious note, I've always raised the glass, and I'm very proud and pleased to have Wayne as a son. Always cheered him on, always bragged about him, and the same with Dee. I won't say officially I've accepted you into the family because I have right from the get-go, but I am so proud to be your father-in-law and to have you both with me and all those wonderful grandchildren that I have. It's a great pleasure. Thank you.
To acknowledge that yes, I did give Dee quite a hard time when she booked the date. I already had the week booked off for vacation because I was going hunting anyway. So she picked the best week. The rut is on this week. Deer are going crazy today. And I reminded Wayne this week, I said, Wayne, you realize, you know, this is the prime rut where all the big trophies are caught. This is the week. And every year for the rest of your life, your anniversary is going to fall in the rut. But I gotta say that today, you got your trophy. And every year, you'll be reminded that you got your trophy. Congratulations.